Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about one more name reaction in the name reaction series. The reaction is known as Benzil Benzilic acid rearrangement. In every name reaction, what do you have to remember? What is the substrate? What is the product? So you have to remember substrate, then product, then reagent, and the medium. Sometimes the medium and reagent same in some reactions. So in that name reaction, that benzil is known as substrate, benzilic acid is known as product, and the reagent and medium in this case is base containing hydroxide ions like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxides. So the medium is basic medium and the reagents are sodium hydroxides and potassium hydroxides. So what is the general structure of benzil? Benzil is otherwise known as alpha diketo. This is the general structure of benzil. Okay, and what is the general structure of benzilic acid? Is like same carbon containing both hydroxy group and a acid group is known as benzilic acid. So these conversions happens in presence of hydroxide ion. Okay, so what is the general mechanism? So let's take an example and discuss what is the mechanism of the reactions. So let's consider the example. This is benzil in presence of hydroxide ions. What happens? The hydroxide ions attack the carbonyl group. Then the double bond migrate towards oxygen. Then these ionic intermediate form. After that formation of the ionic intermediate, again the double bond form and the group present initially will migrate to the next carbon and the double bond again migrate over the oxygens. So what will form like this, and OH. After that what happened? There is hydride transfer. The hydrogen present over here migrate to that oxygen minus, forming another ionic intermediate like this. After that work up. Work up means that is additions of H plus source. Okay, so what is the product? Okay, there will be the hydrogen, migrated hydrogen, then here is pH, then COOH. So this is benzilic acid. So let's discuss one more example. This is another example. So if you are given a question like that, substrate and the medium is OH minus. So how you can know that this is a benzilic acid rearrangement? So you have to identify what is the substrate. See that alpha diketone, that means it is benzil, right? And that OH minus is the basic medium. So in the presence of these two conditions, what happens? That is benzilic acid rearrangement. Benzil, benzilic acid rearrangement, right? So what will be the product? As we go from the as we go with the mechanism, then we go ahead. this as a product. So after practicing the mechanism, you can follow the tricks. By these tricks, you can easily get the product without doing any mechanism. How? Just clip the bond between these two, any one bond you have to clip, and migrate that group to the next carbon and put a hydroxy group over here. Okay, so let's discuss one more example with the help of tricks. So if you given this is a substrate, so this is the alpha diketon species and hydroxide. And so what I told about the tricks, you have to clip this bond or this bond and form the new bond with the next carbon atom. Let's break this bond and form the bond between this carbon atom and this carbonyl group and put a hydroxy group over here. Okay, so what will be the products? So what I told, like you have to connect this carbon and this carbon and a hydroxy group. So this is the product. Let's discuss one more example. If you have a substrate like this, OH minus ion, then what will happen? So break that bond and connect this carbon with that carbonyl group and a hydroxy group over that carbonyl group. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 5 membered rings. So this is the 5 membered ring. And the what is the criteria for benzoic acid? The same carbon content both the hydroxy group and that carboxylic acid group. So this is the product you got. Okay, thank you.